कृपया लक्ष्य द्या. जयपुर वाया कोटा.
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद.
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत.
लखनऊ जंक्शन.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೆಗೆ
Hyderabad Superfast Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন.
Hello and welcome to Cricbuzz Live. Well, RCB choosing to bat after winning the toss in the first game of the 2024 season. They were 78 for 5 in the 12th over. And at that point in time, well, I want to thunk it, you want to thunk it, they perhaps want to thunk it that they will get to this score, adding close to almost 100 runs in the remaining eight and a half odd overs, with their stars being Anuj Rawat and Dinesh Karthik. That's right, Rawat finishing on 48 and Dinesh Karthik 38 of his 26. Brilliant batting by the both of them. Rare guard effort, as is called by people more well versed in English than I am. And of course, taking them to this total of 173. I'm Gaurav Kapur. I'm also the winner of the guessing game. Thought I should just sneak that in before Harsha and Joy get a chance.
The word, that is not sneaking it in. That's like putting
It's pretty
it out
sledgehammer, right?
I mean, it didn't matter to you whether RCB was playing well or CSK were playing well. You were only focused on your score.
Sir, आंख सिर्फ आंख दिखती है मुझे. That's all I see. That's all I aim for. By the way, this is being said by the person who... Sir, आप ही बता दो. What was happening when we were watching the match?
On a ball-by-ball analysis of will they stay with 162 or not.
Which was Harsha's score guess, and that's all he cared about.
You know, there was a time when I thought 162 won't be reached.
Yeah.
And then it just went past. Okay, I'll tell you the truth. Tushar Deshpande went from being a wow bowler to water bowler in 2 balls.
That's right. He went.
But that's the fun of watching it irrationally. That's how everyone watches it.
Yeah, that's true. And you must. Everybody
now
must
we
have
are
their own
rational.
mini battles. But now we will be rational and tell you that 173. Let's just first give immense praise to both Anuj Rawat and Dinesh Karthik. Remember, this is a team that's always been reliant on its sledgehammer top order, right? The top order today not getting runs. Well, the captain Faf got some runs in the power play. But after that, 2 ducks in their top 4. So Glenn Maxwell goes, Anuj Rawat goes. Then not too many runs for Virat Kohli. Slow and sluggish for Cameron Green. At that point, Joy, you had to logically think that that's it. Pretty much game over.
Absolutely. At 78 for 5, and the way they were looking, Mustafizur was running rampant. It was looking, they weren't getting anything. They were getting a couple of singles out here. They went for 26 balls in the middle without a boundary.
Yeah.
And then they suddenly pulled it back, some 83 odd runs from the last 6 overs. Absolutely superb. And I think, of course, once they got that big over, they started with Deepak Chahar. Actually, if you look at it, the 14th over from Deepak Chahar it was the 14th over from Deepak Chahar that they started scoring runs.
Yeah.
And after that, they were absolutely fantastic.
He didn't look like he's back to his best, Deepak Chahar. It didn't look like that. And even early on, he was the one who was going for runs. It was the Fizz who pulled it back.
Yeah.
He had 2 overs, 4 for 7.
Yeah.
At one point, and you just wondered, was it gripping? Were they not picking his slow balls? But you saw as the game went along, there's no demons in this surface.
Yeah.
Not yet, at least. So 173 is a good score. It's a very competitive score. I don't know if RCB are sitting there and saying, yeah, man, we got our 2 points. Not yet.
They won't be saying that. But they
they'll be very
definitely
happy.
are saying, yeah, they're
happy
definitely
aside.
happy. They're definitely saying we've got a solid chance for these 2 points.
Fantastic, yes.
After what they've done. I just want to...
They're probably ahead in this game.
We'll talk about Anuj Rawat in just a second, but first let's talk about our boy. Yeah? Old boy still got it, huh?
Oh,
Joy?
absolutely.
Old boy still got it.
How many matches are you going to see in your life where there are 3 calls for review and all 3 of them are about wides, not about getting out or an LBW or a catch or anything. All reviews are for wides. He's such a sharp reader of the game because he's always on the ball. He knows 18, 19 over.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste reviews. I mean, these reviews are going to go. You're not going to keep them in your pocket for the next match.
Yeah.
So I might as well use them. And he got an extra review out of there. He got an extra run out of that.
Yeah.
And I think the way he played the circumstances, playing to his strengths, of course, occasionally, and he knows, you see, the point is when you try crazy shots like, the paddle or the lap that he was trying, you will get edges. But the point is, the field gets flustered. They don't know where to put the fielders. He just creates a little bit of mayhem. and then Anuj Rawat backs it up with some solid hitting. It's a brilliant game.
Yeah, Anuj Rawat today, we've got to speak about him. He's really impressive, right? And he's the guy who, let's just take a second to say that even in our preview, even in everything you've read about the team, you've been talking about the top 6 batters. I don't think Anuj Rawat even got a mention.
Exactly.
Right?
We were thinking of Lomror over him.
Exactly, we were. So I think that we've got to give due credit and doff our hat to what Anuj Rawat has done today.
And he got the pace going.
Yeah.
I thought DK's best shot was the one he hit back over the bowler's head for 6. But Anuj Rawat played a pickup shot of his pads. It went 90 meters for 6.
Yeah.
He played some sumptuous shots. And I think it might end up solving an issue for RCB, who might now be tempted to go with this lineup. And now the interesting thing to see is who's keeping wickets.
Yeah.
So will they tell DK just sit in for a while? Maybe we can call him in the com box.
Yeah, and ask him because, I mean, if we did see Anuj Rawat warming up with the gloves, that was before the game, so they could perhaps give it to a younger guy. Yeah, that could happen. We'll know in just a few moments.
Yeah, but I was also thinking about one more thing. Perhaps they would have thought it's a 50-50 decision between him and Lomror and thought, hey, we don't have any left-handers, let's give him a go. Yeah. Now he's really solidified that place. You know, this innings is a place, it's a place defining innings.
I also think sometimes on surfaces like these, I mean, I'm still not sure, we didn't see enough to judge the surface, but sometimes the Indian batters have played on these surfaces a little bit more. And so they get going a lot quicker.
Yeah.
You saw Cameron Green, for example. He struggled to come to terms with the pace of the wicket.
Very true.
But it was a very peculiar innings in that we are focusing so much on the end. Virat Kohli went through the power play, played 6 balls.
Yeah.
6 balls in the power play.
Yeah,
so the reason you have Virat Kohli opening the batting is he uses the gaps. Luckily for them, Faf did that, but he uses the gaps. You saw he played some lovely, those typical bottom-handed flicks on the onside. They would all have been 4 in the power play. They became 1-2, 1-2.
Absolutely.
So the pressure was on him there. It's funny how the dynamics work out sometimes.
We just got to, obviously, we are talking about this partnership and it was a fantastic partnership. And obviously, we have to give credit to Anuj Rawat and to Dinesh Karthik. A 95-run partnership in 50 balls. This is great at any stage of the game. Becomes even better when you see it's coming at 78 for 5. When a heralded superstar batting lineup of RCB gets reduced to 78 for 5, it seems even better. But let's talk about that 78 for 5 for just a second, Joy, because while RCB would be celebrating this partnership, that's great, they'll be upset and they'll be disappointed with 78 for 5 with that batting lineup.
No, absolutely. And I think, Patidar got a decent ball, but I mean, Virat was out to a really good catch, but I think there are a lot of batting out there. They looked headless, they looked completely out of control, and they looked bogged down. They tried to hit themselves out of situations. They didn't do particularly well. I thought Fizz also did one thing that he hasn't been doing in the last 2-3 years, which is that he's got that faster one going at 135 to 140.
Yeah.
So normally what happens is when Fizz goes back to bowling only 130 to 133, then his slower gets less effective, his cutter is less effective. Today, because he had that ball going, which went through at 138, 139, you have to respect the fact that he can bowl at that pace. So it really changed matters. And I thought he bowled beautifully out there. But they also, I thought the RCB batsmen gave them the opportunity to dominate. And Jadeja did exactly what Jadeja does. Bowls 4 overs before you know it's over. Quickly bowl those 4 overs. And that's what he exactly did.
Yeah.
And so from there to recover from what they did was superb. But yeah, I think the RCB top order would look at themselves and said, we could have done a better job of this. We could have given those guys, this could have been a 200 total.
Yeah, but of course the Chennai bowlers, we're talking about Fizz. It's just the Midas touch of this golden jersey. Just happens. It's happened with another bowler.
I was about to tell Joy. Joy said, the thing that Fizz hadn't done before that he did today. And I thought Joy is going to say, put on the yellow jersey.
True, fair point.
But it's very true. The one thing I want to see from Fizz now is to see if he can swing the ball back in. When he starts to swing the ball back into the right-hander, then he'll become the complete bowler again. 4 overs, 4 for 29. Yeah, I just thought they didn't leave themselves with too many options.
Yeah.
With the death bowling. That is, I thought there might be an over from Mitchell, an over from Ravindra, just when they were 78 for 5, 80 for 5, slip an over in from Ravindra. Yeah. Then you suddenly found that in your last over, a man so short on confidence, he's just gone for 25, but he still has to come and bowl the last over.
Yeah.
You would have given yourself that option. It's a CSK way to back your players and say you still bowl.
Yeah.
But I think they'll be a little worried. Deepak Chahar is still looking a little undercooked. Tushar Deshpande.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot there to think about, and you're absolutely right. And in fact, that's what you're thinking about. That at this point in the game, there are very few MSD captaincy games you've seen where it's 5 bowlers with 4 overs each.
That's right. That's what I was going to say. I said, well, because this is Rituraj's team now.
Yeah.
It's Rituraj Gaikwad's team now. Also, I'll tell you something about the Chennai team. Even though Tushar has gone for 25 runs in his 18th over, they are not the kind of team that would not give him the 20th over because of that. And he's done all right, actually. All things considered. 2 batters in form.
Nine of the last over.
9 of the last over.
Okay.
You'll take this most days, right? Twice on Sunday. You'll take it every day of the week. So he's kind of managed to, but that is the kind of Chennai philosophy that you see. Now you have to see, is Chennai good enough? Is their batting good enough to get the 2 points on the board? This is one of those tricky chases, right? It's a little over 8.5. Can they do it? Well, they've got the batting to do it. If you look down that...
Is they due? That's a question.
I feel they didn't show any, but with the kind of full tosses that came, it seemed like a few slipped out.
Yeah, that's true.
They didn't show too many towels, but I suspect even if it's gripping a little, I'm not sure if RCB has the bowling to take advantage of it. CSK have a very deep lineup because now Shivam Dube might come in.
Will come for Fizz.
As the impact sub for Fizz. And so you're batting all the way down. Chahar is batting 9 or 10.
Yeah.
So you got batting all the way down. In recent times, even a Tikshana has gone out and scored runs quickly for Sri Lanka at the end.
Okay.
So they've got batting all the way down. They can just keep going.
Yeah, well, if it goes up to Tikshana, then you know they're in trouble, right? So I doubt if it'll go down that far.
If it goes there with 10 to get off the last over, then...
Could be, you never know. But there you go, you've got Rituraj Gaikwad, about 1,500 runs for them in the last 3 seasons. Rachin Ravindra, the new buy at the auction. Then Ajinkya Rahane, we've seen a 160 strike rate, Ajinkya Rahane last season. So, he's good. Daryl Mitchell's been in great form. Ravindra Jadeja. MS Dhoni's not coming at 6. He'll send Rizvi ahead of him if it gets to that.
Test. Can you imagine a big test for Samir Rizvi? Suppose they're 80 for 4.
Yeah.
And this young kid is walking in.
Yeah.
Does he think, yaar, bade game mein 80 for 4? Does he think, Shahenshah mein yahan ka ye mauka hai mera?
You know that Chennai is the kind of team that makes young players feel like they're the
But don't forget, there's also Shivam Dube in there at 5.
That's right. But Shivam Dube does very well against spin, and there's not that much spin. Let's have a look at their bowling.
The scary
there'll be one change for sure. They're definitely going to get a bowler.
Yeah.
I don't think they're
Indian
getting
fast bowler. They're
not getting Akashdeep. I think they're getting.
No, they could. They have Akashdeep and Yash Dayal both.
So one of them could
also.
come.
And Vishak.
And Vishak.
Vishak.
Kumar Vishak is there as well. They could get one
The
of
only
them.
thing with Yash Dayal is he gives you a left-handedness because you got Siraj, you got Alzari, and you got Cameron Green.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll go Yash Dayal because the left-handedness.
True.
But Vishak has been in very good form. He did pretty well for RCB last year.
The thing is that anyway, CSK breaks that by doing that left-right combination, right? Because they've got...
CSK is the only team that's got more left-handers.
Yeah.
Because they've got Ravindra, they've got Jadeja, they've got Dube. Who else? They've got quite a few.
They've got two Ravindras, basically. 2 Ravindras and Shivam.
So they've got left-handers
So
scattered
you've got
everywhere.
in the top 6 when you have 3. So anyway, so it could be. But let's have a look at the 11 for RCB that they are playing and see the bowlers that they have. There you go. Mohammad Siraj, Alzari, Joseph. Those, of course, would be their new ball. Could be Cameron Green as well. He's taken the new ball quite a bit. Glenn Maxwell, who's been in great form with the ball, you've seen. There's Mayan Dagar, there's Karan Sharma. So
And another fast bowler coming in as an impact sub.
Yeah.
But I still think those 8 overs will count for a lot. Karan Sharma and Mayank Dagar, those 8
How well
overs
they
there.
bowled.
If the new ball doesn't take wickets, then those 8 overs have to turn the game around.
yeah, I don't think they'll bowl 8 though. I don't think the two of them will bowl 8 together. Because
Never know. They've gone Alzari over Reece Topley. My candidate was Reece Topley because
Yeah.
the left-hander brings it back in, he bowls well, but they've gone with the extra pace of Alzari.
But interesting also, Alzari normally, the way he was used, especially in like Gujarat, they'd bowl him as that Lockie Ferguson kind of
middle overs,
fast,
you think? Yeah, middle fast, yeah.
But in that case, you give to 2 fast bowlers, who do you give the new ball?
Siraj takes the new ball. So maybe either Akashdeep or Yash Dayal takes the new ball.
Yash Dayal takes a new ball.
Yeah, we, of course, with, talking about Rachin Ravindra, and he's been a good buy. I think the reason why they also got him fairly cheap is in T20, it's not...
No.
He's not been amazing in T20. He still hasn't shown. Let's just say the sample size is very small, so he still hasn't shown what he's capable of truly in this format. And I'm sure that he will relish this, this IPL.
They'll give him the license to go over the top in the power play.
Yeah.
Just Free them, go in the
Literally
park.
and figuratively.
Yeah, go in the park.
Both.
Yeah.
Just go completely over the top. You've seen it happening with a lot of other players. So maybe this is, again, the Midas touch of the golden jersey. That could happen. But with this kind of total, do you see a captain like Rituraj Gaikwad saying, listen, man, I know if I'm around till the end, we will win. Because this asking rate's not nuts.
No, okay, it's not nuts, but it's not. Moment you cross 160, it's not easy also. Because you're looking at 8.6, 8.7 and over.
Yeah.
So I think they'll have to go at a brisk pace. So I think what they'll tell themselves is rather break it up and say that, okay, I need to get in the first 6, we need to be about 45, 46 for 1 at least. Minimum.
No chance, sir. Kya baat kar rahe? Is that your guess?
No.
Is that your guess?
I think my number would be close to about 55 for 1.
Oh, I was going to, as defending champion, I was going to pick
Defending
that.
champion.
Are you looking here for support?
One
Because
is
I was
only
enjoying this conversation. Just keep
Whoever
going, guys.
has won it last is defending champion. The good professor has forgotten the terminology. What a day we have seen today.
Go for it.
Yeah,
no, I'm happy to sit out. The two of you can have a go.
We'll spar.
Defending champion.
Defending champion.
You
So-
sound like, Messi, defending champion.
Things are getting pretty messy around here, let me tell you this. Yeah? Because this is the first time that Joy Bhattacharya has been stumped on English and terminology. Will you agree or not, sir? This is red table, red letter day. I'm so happy today. I'm best happy today. That's why I will say my guess is 64.
I never thought I'd come here and see 2 matches in one day. RCB versus CSK and the two of you.
Did you ever think the underdog will win over otherwise defending champion?
So you're going 64?
I'm going 64.
I'm going 57.
But वो तो ले लिया उन्होंने Mr. Mrs. 55 has
नहीं,
taken.
वो 46 से शुरू किया था उन्होंने.
He said he changed to 55.
Given the current situation, I'll go anywhere. Tell me
तब
where.
हमने लिखा था आपका 55.
Your first choice. You're going 57, go 57. I don't mind.
You say 55.
Yeah.
You say 57.
हाँ.
अपने पे टिके रहने का.
For all they know, 39 हो जाएगा.
तो फिर आपको 39 बोलना है?
नहीं.
आप बोलो.
नहीं 57 बोलते हैं. बस एक ही ख्वाहिश है मेरी कि या तो जॉय जीते या मैं.
हाँ. Because I can't be two-time champion. Right? Because then my arrogance will become too much.
We will not hear the end
That's
of
right.
it.
They'll have to raise this roof because my ego won't fit in this room then. If I can beat them in a guessing game 2 in a row, then it's going to be quite
No,
nuts.
you're playing the guessing game. We are playing the thinking game.
That's right. I'm only good. See, everybody does what is the best for them. For me, it's dumb luck. For both of you, it's analysis, research, studying, intelligent things. For me, it's about food. Our dinner's ready. So we'll scoot out of here.
Who's
but
ahead?
first, tell me advantage.
Advantage, I think CSK.
Yeah?
Yeah.
CSK for the chase. They're good. Good enough for this.
Yeah.
For you.
Long batting. Ditto. I'll go there.
Yeah? You think that as well? Okay, well, they're saying advantage CSK. Could be. First game. Could be nerves. Bangalore gets a couple of wickets. You never know. Cat amongst the pigeons, as they say. But we will be amongst all of you at the end of the 10th over in Cricbuzz Combox. Will we end up taking another wicket? Only time will tell. Right now, I want to thank Harsha Bhogle and Joy Bhattacharya for being gracious in their defeat in the guessing game and still applauding me. I'd like to thank them from the heart for that. I'm Gaurav Kapur and you were watching Cricbuzz Live.
कृपया लक्ष्य जयपुर वाया कोटा
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೇ
Hyderabad Superfast Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন।